Jade's heart pounded as she stepped into the sleek glass tower in downtown Manhattan. Her resume clutched like a shield. She had prepared for weeks for this interview at Apex Innovations, the tech giant run by the infamous Clara Voss, a self-made millionaire whose sharp business acumen was only matched by her enigmatic personal life. But as Clara leaned forward across the massive oak desk, her piercing blue eyes locking onto Jade's, she said, "I'm not hiring you for the marketing position, Jade. I need you for something far more personal." Jade froze, her mind racing. What could that mean? She had scraped by on freelance gigs since college, dreaming of stability in a world that felt increasingly hostile to someone like her. Someone who had buried her attractions deep under layers of denial. Clara's office was a testament to power. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the Hudson, awards lining the shelves, but now it felt like a trap. Personal. Jade echoed, her voice barely above a whisper. Clara smiled, a calculated curve of her lips. "Yes. I need a wife. A pretend one to satisfy my family's endless prying and the board's conservative whispers. And you, Jade, with your impeccable background check and that quiet strength I see in you. You're perfect." The words hit like a freight train. Jade's thoughts spiraled. How did she know so much about me? The background check must have dug deeper than standard. Her conservative parents back in Ohio, who still believed she was straight and single, would explode if they knew. But Clara was offering a salary that could pay off her student loans in months, plus perks that screamed luxury. "Why me?" Jade asked, her pulse thundering. Clara leaned back, crossing her arms. "Because you're discreet. And because I sense you're hiding something too. This arrangement could benefit us both." Jade's inner turmoil churned. "I've always played it safe," she thought. Dating men who bored me, ignoring the way women's laughter in coffee shops made my stomach flip. Now this woman, this powerhouse, was pulling at threads I didn't want unraveled. She needed the money. Her apartment in Brooklyn was one missed payment from eviction, and her younger sister's medical bills were piling up. But pretending to be married? To a woman? It felt like stepping onto a minefield. "What if I say no?" Jade challenged, testing the waters. Clara's expression softened just a fraction. "Then you walk out and we both lose. But think about it. Freedom from financial chains, and maybe, just maybe, a chance to live truthfully for once." As Jade signed the non-disclosure agreement that afternoon, her hand trembled. This isn't just a job, she realized. It's a gamble with my soul. Clara outlined the terms. Public appearances, shared events, but separate lives behind closed doors. No intimacy, no strings, purely professional. Yet Jade couldn't shake the spark in Clara's eyes, the way her presence filled the room like electricity. Driving home on the subway, Jade stared at her reflection in the window. What have I done? My family would disown me if they found out. But deep down, a forbidden excitement stirred. For the first time, she felt seen, even if it was through a facade. The next week blurred into a whirlwind. Clara's team whisked Jade away for fittings, designer dresses that hugged her curves in ways that made her self-conscious. "You look stunning," Clara commented during one session, her voice low. Jade blushed, dismissing it as part of the act. But alone in her new temporary penthouse suite, courtesy of the arrangement, Jade paced, her mind a storm. Why does her approval matter so much? I've never let anyone close enough to hurt me. Her phone buzzed. A text from her mother, asking about the new job. Jade typed a vague reply, guilt twisting her gut. Lying to them feels wrong, but telling the truth? Impossible. Their first public outing was a charity gala. Jade's arm linked with Clara's as cameras flashed. Whispers followed. Clara Voss with a mystery woman? Jade's heart raced, adrenaline mixing with fear. Clara squeezed her hand subtly. Breathe. We're in this together. But as the night wore on, Jade overheard snippets, board members questioning Clara's lifestyle, investors hinting at pulling funds if she didn't settle down properly. Clara's facade cracked in the limo ride home. My parents cut me off years ago for being me, she confessed, vulnerability etching her features. This marriage? It's my armor. Jade nodded, her own secrets bubbling up. I get it, she thought. Hiding who I am has been my armor too. But how long before it crushes us? Days turned to weeks, and the lines blurred. Shared dinners for practice evolved into genuine conversations. Clara opened up about her rise from a small-town girl to CEO. The loneliness at the top. Jade shared her art dreams, stifled by practicality. One evening, over wine on Clara's balcony, Jade admitted, "I never thought I'd be here, pretending to love a woman when." She trailed off. Clara's gaze intensified. "When what?" Jade's breath caught. "When it's starting to feel real." But she swallowed the words, fear clamping down. "This is dangerous. If I let myself feel, everything falls apart." The pressure mounted when Jade's family announced a surprise visit. Panic set in. "How do I explain this?" Clara offered to play along, but Jade hesitated. "They'll see through it," she whispered. Inside she battled. Part of me wants them to know, to force the confrontation. But the cost losing them, it's too high. As the visit loomed, Jade's sleep fractured with nightmares of rejection. Clara noticed, her concern genuine. "You don't have to do this alone," she said. But Jade pulled away, building walls. This was supposed to be fake. Why does it hurt so much? By the end of the first month, cracks appeared. A tabloid photo surfaced, sparking rumors. Jade's phone exploded with messages from friends, probing. She ignored them, but the weight pressed. Clara faced board pushback too. "They're questioning my judgment," she admitted one night. Jade's resolve wavered. Maybe this was a mistake. But as Clara's hand brushed hers accidentally, a jolt shot through her. "No," she thought fiercely. "I can't afford to want this." Yet the seed of desire had taken root, threatening to upend everything. Jade's family arrived unannounced at the penthouse, her mother's suspicious eyes scanning the opulent space. "This is your new job? Living like this?" her father boomed, disapproval thick in his voice. Jade forced a smile, introducing Clara as her boss and close friend. But the air crackled with unspoken tension. Clara played the part flawlessly, charming them with stories of corporate success, but Jade's mind screamed. "If they knew the truth, they'd drag me home and never let go." The dinner that followed was a minefield. Her sister, Emily, recovering from her illness, whispered, "She looks at you like you're more than an employee." Jade's stomach knotted. "Am I that obvious?" Her parents grilled Clara about family values, their conservative roots shining through. "Marriage is sacred," her mother said pointedly. Clara nodded politely, but later, alone with Jade, she murmured, "They're suffocating you." Jade snapped, "You don't know them." But deep inside she agreed. "I've spent years molding myself to their expectations, denying my heart. Now this charade is cracking me open." As the visit dragged on, Jade's facade slipped. Walking through Central Park with her family, she caught Clara watching from afar, a protective stance. Her heart ached. Why does she care? Is it just the deal, or something more? That night, after her family left for their hotel, Jade confronted Clara. "This is too much. They're asking questions I can't answer." Clara's face hardened. "Then tell them. Or end this." Jade recoiled. "End it." The thought terrified her more than confession. "I've grown used to her presence, her strength. But admitting that means facing who I am." The arrangement deepened the divide. Jade attended board meetings as Clara's fiancé, fielding stares and whispers. One investor pulled Clara aside. "This relationship, it's bad for business." Clara's jaw tightened, but she defended it fiercely. Watching her, Jade felt a surge of admiration, and something warmer. "She's fighting for us, even if it's pretend." But the cost showed. Clara's late nights increased, stress lines etching her face. Jade wanted to comfort her, but fear held her back. What if I cross the line? What if she doesn't feel the same? Social pressures amplified. Friends from Jade's old life reached out, some supportive, others judgmental. "You're with a woman now?" one texted. Jade ignored it, but the words burrowed deep. Society's gaze feels like chains, she thought. Why can't love just be love? Clara faced her own battles. A family reunion loomed, where her parents expected the perfect daughter-in-law. "They disowned me once for dating women," Clara confessed over coffee. "This fake marriage is my revenge and my shield." Jade nodded, empathy flooding her. "We're both prisoners of expectation." But in sharing, a bond formed, fragile yet real. One evening, after a tense event, they argued. "You're pulling away," Clara accused. Jade exploded. "Because this is messing with my head." I didn't sign up for feelings. Clara's eyes widened. Feelings. Jade froze, realization dawning. I've said too much. Panic surged. She stormed out, wandering the city streets. Rain soaked her, mirroring her tears. Why did I agree to this? For money? Or because deep down, I wanted to be close to someone like her? The truth terrified her. She was falling hard. Returning hours later, soaked and shivering, Jade found Clara waiting. We need to talk, Clara said softly. Jade collapsed onto the couch, exhaustion breaking her. I can't keep pretending nothing's changing inside me. Clara sat beside her, close but not touching. Me neither. The admission hung heavy. Jade's mind raced. This could destroy everything, my family, my safety. But denying it hurts more. As dawn broke, they agreed to pause the public charade, reassess. But the damage was done. Seeds of real emotion had sprouted. Weeks passed in uneasy tension. Jade threw herself into work, real marketing tasks Clara assigned to legitimize her role. But stolen glances and accidental touches built pressure. Clara's vulnerability emerged. I built this empire to prove I'm worthy, but it's empty without truth. Jade shared her own fears. My parents raised me to believe love like this is wrong. Breaking free means losing them. The conversations peeled layers, exposing raw hearts. Yet society loomed. A leaked email from a board member called their relationship a liability. Clara fought back, but doubt crept in. Is this worth the fight? Jade wondered. Or am I just setting us up for heartbreak? A turning point came at a company retreat. Isolated in the Adirondacks, away from prying eyes, Jade and Clara shared a cabin. No pretense needed. Over hikes and fireside chats, barriers crumbled. I've never felt this connected, Clara admitted one night, stars above. Jade's breath hitched. Me too. But guilt gnawed. What about the lies to my family? The moral weight pressed. Deceiving loved ones for personal gain felt wrong. Yet staying hidden felt like dying slowly. As they returned to the city, Jade made a decision. Confront her parents. But fear paralyzed her. One wrong move, and it all collapses. The buildup intensified when Emily called, excited. Mom and Dad want to visit again, for your engagement party? Jade's world spun. Clara had mentioned it casually, but now it was real. Panic set in. I can't lie to their faces anymore. That night, she confided in Clara. This is tearing me apart. Clara held her gaze. Then let's make it real, or end it. The choice loomed, a precipice. Jade's inner conflict raged. Choose safety, or risk everything for authenticity. The answer eluded her, but the storm was brewing. Jade's parents arrived for the supposed engagement party. The penthouse transformed into a facade of celebration with catered food and hired guests. Smiles plastered on. Jade navigated the evening like a tightrope walker, her mind a whirlwind. Every laugh feels like a betrayal. Clara, ever the performer, toasted to their future. Her words laced with irony only Jade caught. But when her father pulled her aside, his voice low. This doesn't feel right, Jade. She's not what we expected. The dam nearly broke. Not what you expected. Or not who I am. The party unraveled her. Guests whispered about the power couple. But Jade overheard her mother on the phone. I don't know, it seems sudden. And with a woman. Shame burned hot. I've hidden for so long, but now the truth is seeping out. Clara noticed Jade's distress, pulling her into a quiet room. We can call it off, she whispered. Jade shook her head, tears threatening. No. But I can't keep this up. Inside she battled. Telling them means freedom, but at what price? Losing their love. Clara's hand on her arm grounded her, a silent promise. Yet doubt whispered. Is she using me, or is this real? Post-party the fallout hit. Her parents stayed overnight, probing deeper. Tell us the truth, her father demanded over breakfast. Jade's throat tightened. Clara excused herself, leaving Jade alone in the arena. It's complicated, Jade stammered. Her mother's eyes narrowed. Complicated how? We raised you better than this. Lifestyle. The word stung like a slap. Lifestyle? It's who I am. Rage bubbled. Years of suppression, of dating boys to please you, and this is my reward? But she held back, fear winning. It's just business, she lied, hating herself. Clara confronted her later. You didn't tell them. Jade exploded. How could I? They'd disown me. Clara's face softened with understanding. I know that pain. My family did the same. Sharing stories of her own rejection, Clara revealed scars. I lost everything, but gained myself. Jade listened, envy mixing with terror. I want that courage. But the moral dilemma nod. Is deceiving them kinder or crueler? Society's judgment amplified it. Headlines speculated on their sham romance, fueling board unrest. Clara faced a vote of confidence, her position teetering. If we end this, I might lose the company, she admitted. Jade's guilt surged. My indecision is hurting her. The conflict escalated when a former flame of Clara's surfaced. Elena, a fiery journalist, cornered Jade at a cafe. Clara's using you. She did the same to me. Fake relationships for image. Doubt planted roots. Is that true? Jade's mind raced back to their moments. The genuine laughs, the vulnerable confessions. But Elena's words poisoned them. Confronting Clara that night, Jade demanded answers. Was I just convenient? Clara's eyes flashed hurt. No. Elena was different. We were real, until she betrayed me with leaks. The revelation stung. Betrayal? Is that our fate too? Jade pulled away, walls rebuilding. Alone, Jade grappled with ethics. Pretending love mocks the real thing, she thought. But denying my feelings mocks my soul. Family calls increased, her sister sensing turmoil. Come home, Jade. This city is changing you. Changing me? Or revealing me? The pressure built to a boiling point at a family dinner Clara insisted on attending. Tensions flared. Her father challenged Clara's influence, accusing her of corrupting Jade. Clara defended fiercely. Love isn't corruption. The word love hung, electric. Jade's heart pounded. Is that what this is? Her mother gasped, the room fracturing. In the aftermath, Jade fled to her old Brooklyn apartment, now sublet but familiar. Solitude amplified her thoughts. I've sacrificed my authenticity for approval. But Clara's fight for me, that's real. A late-night call from Clara. I can't do this without you. Vulnerability cracked Jade's resolve. Returning, she found Clara pacing. Elena contacted the board, Clara said, defeated. They're pushing for my resignation unless I prove stability. Jade's anger ignited. Prove? By denying ourselves? The decision crystallized. Fight back together. But moral quandaries lingered. Is outing ourselves worth the damage? High stakes unfolded at the board meeting. Jade stood by Clara, declaring their relationship real, not for show but truth. Gasps echoed. Clara's eyes met hers, gratitude shining. But backlash swift. Investors withdrew, stocks dipped. Jade's phone blew up. Family furious, friends divided. Her father texted. Don't come home. The pain sliced deep. I've chosen her, but lost them. Was it right? Society's mirror reflected harshly. Online trolls labeled them frauds, fueling self-doubt. Clara comforted. We'll rebuild. But Jade wondered. At what cost to our souls? The ripple effects spread. Emily, surprisingly supportive, called. I always knew, sis. Be happy. A glimmer of hope. But the betrayal from Elena escalated. She published an exposé, twisting their story. Clara sued, but damage done. Jade's inner war raged. Revenge or forgiveness? She chose confrontation, meeting Elena. Why? Jade demanded. Elena sneered. Clara broke my heart. Understanding dawned. Hurt people. But it doesn't justify this. Returning to Clara, Jade shared. We can't let pasts define us. Their bond strengthened, but scars deepened. As crises mounted, Jade reflected. Every choice has a price. Mine. Isolation from roots, but growth in truth. The high wire act continued, tension coiling tighter. What next? Betrayal awaits. The question haunted her, pushing toward inevitable climax. The exposé's fallout was relentless. Clara's company teetered on collapse, investors fleeing like rats from a sinking ship. Jade watched Clara work tirelessly, her once unshakable confidence fraying. This is my fault, Jade thought. If I hadn't pushed for truth, we'd still be safe in lies. But Clara refused blame. We chose authenticity. Now we pay the price. Jade nodded, but guilt festered. Society's backlash amplified. Protests outside Apex calling for moral leadership. Protests? For loving a woman? The injustice burned. Family silence stung worst. No calls, no texts erased. Jade's mind looped. Did I betray them by choosing myself? Or did they betray me by not accepting? A surprise visit from Emily offered solace. Mom and Dad are struggling, but I support you, she said, hugging tight. Tears flowed. At least one ally. But the moral weight pressed. Is forcing change on them fair? Clara faced her own demons. Her parents reached out conditionally. End this and we'll reconcile. Clara laughed bitterly. Too late. Jade admired her resolve, but worried. She's sacrificing family for me. Is that right? Betrayal struck again when a bored ally flipped, leaking internals to Elena. Clara's fury erupted. How could they? Jade held her as she broke. Rare vulnerability. I've built everything alone. Now it's crumbling. Jade's heart ached. I want to fix this, but how? They brainstormed countermeasures, PR campaigns, legal battles, but exhaustion set in. One night, Clara confessed. Sometimes I wonder if faking it forever was better. Jade recoiled. Better? Hiding kills the soul. But doubt crept. Maybe she's right. The choices blurred, right and wrong tangled. Social pressures peaked at a public forum. Clara spoke on diversity, Jade by her side. Hecklers shouted slurs, security intervening. Jade's fear turned to defiance. We won't be silenced. But inside, trauma built. Therapy sessions helped unpack. Your family's rejection echoes society's, the counselor said. Jade reflected. I've internalized their judgment. Breaking free means unlearning it. Clara attended too, sharing her story. Their sessions bonded them deeper, turning pain into strength. Yet Malthwan Dowduk lingered. By fighting publicly, are we endangering others? Or inspiring? A pivotal moment came when Clara's company faced buyout. A conservative firm offered salvation. With conditions, dissolve the scandalous relationship. Clara hesitated. It could save jobs. Jade's world tilted. Save jobs by denying us? No, she urged. That's regression. Clara's eyes searched hers. But the cost? The debate raged internally for both. Jade thought, sacrificing love for others, heroic or foolish? Clara chose resistance, rejecting the offer. Stocks plummeted further. Jade's admiration soared, but anxiety spiked. What if we lose everything? Damage control consumed them. Jade reached out to her parents, a letter pouring her heart. This is me. Love me or not? No reply. The void hurt, but liberated. Clara faced her family via video. I'm done hiding. Their rejection was swift, but Clara stood tall. I have you, she told Jade. Warmth bloomed, but shadows loomed. Elena's next move, a lawsuit alleging fraud. Clara countered, but stress mounted. Jade's support wavered under pressure. Am I strong enough? Doubts fueled arguments. You're regretting this, Clara accused. Jade denied, but truth nipped. Parts of me do. Tukten began subtly. Jade volunteered at an LGBTQ center, hearing stories mirroring hers. Inspiration struck. We're not alone. Sharing with Clara. Our pain can help others. They launched a foundation, channeling turmoil into advocacy. Society's pushback continued. Death threats, boycotts, but resilience grew. Jade's inner monologue shifted. I've paid dearly, but gained purpose. Yet family reconciliation eluded. A call from her mother. We need time. Hope flickered. Is forgiveness possible? Or is the divide permanent? High drama unfolded at a gala confrontation. Elena appeared smug. You ruined me, she spat at Clara. Clara retorted. You ruined yourself with lies. Jade intervened. Enough damage. The exchange went viral, polarizing opinions. Supporters rallied, but haters intensified. Jade's resolve hardened. We'll weather this. But the toll showed. Clara's health faltered, stress-induced. Jade nursed her, roles reversing. I can't lose you, Jade whispered. Clara smiled weakly. You won't. The moment crystallized their bond beyond facade. As recovery progressed, choices clarified. Jade quit hiding entirely, coming out publicly in an interview. Backlash ensued, but empowerment followed. Clara's company stabilized with new, progressive investors. Victories amid losses. Jade reflected. Every betrayal taught growth, every damage a lesson. But the price fractured families, scarred hearts. Was it worth it? The question lingered as tensions eased, leading to final reckonings. The build-up to resolution intensified. Jade's father called unexpectedly. "Let's talk." Hope warred with caution. Clara encouraged. "Face it." The meeting loomed, a potential bridge or breaking point. Jade's mind raced. Will truth heal, or destroy? The answer would define everything. The meeting with her father unfolded in a neutral coffee shop, tension thick as fog. He looked older. Lines of worry etched deep. "Your mother and I, we don't understand," he began. Jade's heart clenched. "Understand? You've never tried." She laid it out. Years of hiding, the pain of denial, how Clara brought light to her shadows. He listened, silent. Inside, Jade battled. Forgiveness or resentment. "We love you," he finally said. "But this goes against everything we believe." The words cut. "Against your beliefs, not mine." She stood firm. "Then choose love me as I am, or lose me." He left without resolution, the ambiguity gnawing. Jade returned to Clara, collapsing into her arms. "It hurts," she admitted. Clara held her. Healing takes time. Their relationship, forged in fire, deepened. No more pretense, just raw, honest connection. But society didn't relent. Ongoing scrutiny, professional hurdles. Clara's company rebounded slowly, thanks to loyalists. Jade found purpose in advocacy, speaking at events. Empowerment tasted sweet but bittersweet. Echoes of loss lingered. Was the trade-off fair? She wondered. Freedom for isolation? Betrayal's scars faded, but lessons endured. Elena's lawsuit settled out of court, a Pyrrhic victory. Clara reflected. She was hurt like us. Compassion emerged, a Tuk 10. Jade agreed. Holding grudges chains us. They focused forward, building a life amid chaos. Family thawed incrementally. Emily bridged gaps. Her mother sent tentative texts. Jade's father remained distant, a wound unhealed. The moral maze persisted. Push for acceptance, or accept their limits. Choices defined them. High points interspersed lows. A quiet ceremony, not fake but real, sealed their commitment, intimate with supporters. Joy overflowed, but absent family stung. Jade's thoughts. This is my truth, paid in full. Society evolved slowly. Their story inspired some, enraged others. Debates raged online. Heroes or disruptors? Jade embraced the controversy. Change demands discomfort. Clara echoed. We've paid the price, now we reap the growth. As months passed, equilibrium settled. Jade's art flourished, infused with personal narratives. Clara led with renewed vigor, company thriving on inclusivity. Yet inner conflicts resolved unevenly. Jade visited Ohio alone, confronting roots. "I'm happy," she told her parents. Her mother's tears. "We miss you." Her father's nod. "Maybe someday." Progress incremental. Jade returned, hopeful yet realistic. Life's not tidy resolutions, she realized. It's ongoing choices, each with costs. The ultimate Tuk 10 hit during a quiet evening. Clara proposed properly, ring in hand. "Not for show for us." Jade accepted, tears flowing. But reflection followed. We've damaged and been damaged. Right or wrong? The journey, conflicts, betrayals, awakenings, shaped them. Society's mirror reflected progress, but gaps remained. Families mended partially, hearts wholly. In the end they stood stronger, scars badges of survival. Jade pondered. Did we choose correctly, navigating morals gray? The path, fraught with drama, led to authenticity. But questions lingered, sparking debate. Was sacrificing family ties for personal truth ultimately the right choice? Or a selfish betrayal of those who raised us?